It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, NBA 2k20 ratings came out. Now, I'm looking through these ratings, and I noticed something very weird. Something doesn't make sense. I look at Ben Simmons' 2k20 rating, and it's at 87. 87, that's cool. 87, that kind of makes sense. That's like right where he is. He's not like a superstar. Has a potential to be one, but he's not like a superstar right now. 87's cool. But I look back at the list, and I see Donovan Mitchell with the 88. And Mitchell with the 88. Now, I know I shouldn't go too crazy over one attribute point. Like, 88 and 87 is basically the same thing. And you're not totally wrong there, but it's more about the 1 point that 2K chose to give Donovan Mitchell over Ben Simmons. 88 and 87 basically is the same thing, but the fact that they chose to give one attribute point higher to Donovan Mitchell absolutely blows my mind. And it just continues this narrative that Philadelphia sports is always being shit on by the national media, ESPN, video games. I'm not even going to talk about Carson Wentz rating in Madden. I'm going to get real pissed off if we start talking about that. Listen, in all reality, Donovan Mitchell should not be anywhere near Ben Simmons in ratings in a video game because they're on two separate levels of play. First of all, one of them is an all-star. One of them is not an all-star. How could you even rate a non-all-star higher than an all-star? Throw it in the trash.
Throw it in the trash.
You understand what I'm saying? So I decided to compare their stats, one versus one, and look at every statistical category of Ben Simmons versus Donovan Mitchell to see if maybe they should be the same rating or Donovan Mitchell should be a point higher. And what I came across is that, no, that's total bullshit. That's my conclusion. And I'm going to go over the statistics with you right now to tell you why I think that. So first of all, they're both 22 years old. They both just completed their second NBA season. I know. Ben Simmons was injured as a rookie, so technically it's his third. I know you're going to put that in the comments. I'm not going to get into that debate right now. The fact is, they're both 22 years old and just completed their second NBA season. So here's the stat. Points per game. Donovan Mitchell, 23.8. Ben Simmons, 16.9. 6 points per game higher that Donovan Mitchell has versus Ben Simmons. And at face value, it looks like, oh, well, he's the better player because he averaged more points. But anybody that knows anything about basketball knows there's a lot more to the game than the points in the box score. So let's first of all look at the rest of the stats compared, and then we're going to talk about why Donovan Mitchell averaged more points per game than Ben Simmons, and why that should have absolutely nothing to do with his overall rate in 2K20. Ben Simmons' field goal percentage, 56%. Donovan Mitchell field goal percentage, 43%. That's a 13% difference. Ben Simmons rebounds per game, 8.8 rebounds. Donovan Mitchell's rebounds per game, 4.1. That is more than double. Ben Simmons' assists per game last year, 7.7. Donovan Mitchell, 4.2. Ben Simmons and Donovan Mitchell's steals per game last year were both a 1.4. Blocks per game last year, Ben Simmons 1 block per game, Donovan Mitchell 0.5. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when you really look at stats and you look at blocks per game, a half a block per game is a lot over the course of an entire season. Offensive win shares, Ben Simmons 4.6, Donovan Mitchell 1.3. I'm not even going to explain to you how much of a difference that is. Defensive win shares, both players at a 3.6. Total win shares, Ben Simmons 8.2, Donovan Mitchell 5.0. Offensive plus minus, Ben Simmons 1.4, Donovan Mitchell 0.8. Here's where we get into the real difference between these two players, and that is one-on-one on-ball defense, where Ben Simmons is clearly pretty much at an elite level. If you really watch him play one-on-one on the perimeter and who he can guard, I'm talking blocking James Harden step-back jumpers, blocking Steph Curry from the three-point line, shutting down Luka Doncic one-on-one. Those are just quick examples of things that I saw from him last season. He's 6'10", very fast for his height, and he can guard anybody on the perimeter. And he's longer than everybody, so it's hard to get a shot over him. He is a great on-ball defender on the perimeter. Donovan Mitchell, obviously, is not that. So look at this stat. Defensive plus minus, Ben Simmons 2.6. Donovan Mitchell, negative 0.2. Total plus minus, offense and defense combined, Ben Simmons 4.1. Donovan Mitchell 0.6. Gets even crazier when we look at playoff numbers. In the playoffs, Ben Simmons points per game, 14 points per game. Donovan Mitchell, 21 points per game. I'm going to tell you where those points came from. Ben Simmons' field goal percentage in the playoffs, 62%. Donovan Mitchell, 32%. Ben Simmons' assists in the playoffs, 6. Donovan Mitchell, 3. Ben Simmons' blocks in the playoffs, 1 block per game. Donovan Mitchell, 0.2. Turnovers in the playoffs, Ben Simmons, 2.7. Donovan Mitchell, 4.2. Ben Simmons has the ball in his hands more than this guy and turns the ball over almost less than half as much. Last year in the playoffs, Donovan Mitchell averaged 22 attempts per game, 7 makes per game. That's 7 for 22 per game in the playoffs. That's 32% from the field. A real crazy stat if you want to talk about who helps or hurts your team on the court. Donovan Mitchell shot 25% from 3 in the playoffs. 25%. To put it in perspective, Andre Drummond shoots 20. Giannis Antetokounmpo shoots 25.6. Giannis has a higher three-point percentage than Donovan Mitchell. So in conclusion, Donovan Mitchell scores more points per game because he shoots the ball more, but he shoots a worse percentage. He passes the ball less. He gets less rebounds. He has more turnovers. He plays worse defense. And in the long run, his team has won less games. He has less win shares. He is not even close as valuable as Ben Simmons. What I'm seeing is that 2K is lazy. I don't think they actually do research on individual players to come up with these ratings. They look at points per game and they say, this guy scored 24 points per game, so we're going to give him a rating of 88. They didn't look at any other stats. Do they know anything about basketball? I think Ben Simmons should be around an 88 or an 89 to start the season. And I think Donovan Mitchell should be around an 84 or an 85. And I think that's fair. To have Donovan Mitchell 88 and Ben Simmons 87 is crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
2K is a video game maker who doesn't really know anything about basketball. That's why the ratings are all over the place. And that's why basically the game's trash every year. I mean, every year the game looks the same, plays the same. They change the shot meter. They add the ability to run through a neighborhood and hang out with your friends on the corner or go to Foot Locker, which nobody cares about. You can pay money to get a bicycle or a skateboard, which nobody cares about. All anybody really wants is for the on-court gameplay to be better and more realistic, and they haven't done that for 5 years. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should Ben Simmons be rated lower than Donovan Mitchell or vice versa? If you like this video, please give me a like. Please hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for more videos. DJ Eastwood.